That's the shuttle bus. Eminence Front X5 and Larry Word here, coming to you from the Fernley Walmart. This is the front of the store. And there's a skip loader here. That's what this guy is here. I call it a tractor. It's a skip loader. It's a good reference point. This is where all of us have seen the suspect start at. It was right here. Now, one thing to note, there is a Wi-Fi device right there. And up on top, there is a camera, but the camera can't be seen from down here. That camera points out into this parking lot here. It's pretty important to note this because right where this car is going by, you can drop someone off here and not be seen by said camera up there. You can't even see it from here. Okay, so this is where we first get introduced to the suspect at this corner. He was dilly-dallying in this area for some reason. And there's more to this, but I'm gonna get you guys situated on where we're at. This is a good reference point, this skip loader, okay? It's a tractor. He was dilly-dallying here. He was walking down this sidewalk. I'm going to cut this up into bits here. So this is the first bit. Basically, we're walking his walk, okay? You get to see this structure here, which is the pickup area. Now, I keep calling this pickup. This is where you can order online. You come in here and you park at a spot, and they come out to bring your goods here, your groceries or whatever you purchased online. They'll bring it out to you and put it right into your car for you. You never have to enter the store. Usually at most Walmarts, there's heavy security here, meaning there's people watching, there's security watching, and there's cameras everywhere. Here, not the case, okay? And I find that kind of strange. And also note how dark it is up there. That's the skip loader there. The tractor, the shadow, the silhouette of it. You can hardly make anything out. Anyway, it's dark there. I don't know why. But as soon as you get into this area, you get all this lighting. It's very well lit. He keeps walking into the light, okay? Now, there's a camera right there. I'll walk right up to it. Now, he stops right here, okay? Comes over, and he looks off in this direction. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. There's a big story here. So that's basically the walk, okay? So this is part one, okay? You get to see what he saw. And I'll point out why it's important to understand where he was standing. Part two is going to the homeless camp. Yes, people camp out here in this parking lot in their RVs and cars and nomadic vehicles out here, okay? You can pretty much do it anywhere out here. However, there is or was a homeless camp, okay? It has since been cleared out. It's back over here. And here's one security camera, okay? And yeah, there's one up on top there too, but you can't see it. I'm gonna step back over here and show you where that homeless camp is. Also note where you can drive in from. This is the loading dock area, the back of the store. But you can drive in and out of here, which is strange to me because of the direction in which the suspect was coming from, and also where the car was dropped off. to give you some perspective of where we're at. Orientation, I should say. Okay, so from back here, you can see a camera up here in the top, and there's another one on top back there. It's one of those 360 cameras. Well, actually, they're directional cameras. This one's pointing out towards this area back over here. And I'm pretty sure that one's facing this way as well. But as you can see, here's the entrance, the back entrance. This looks like maybe where the semi-trucks would pull in. And this is that road that leads up to the Sherwin-Williams paint store or paint plant. And right across the street from me is the Lowe's hardware store. Lowe's. But from the homeless camp, let's say this is the entrance to the homeless camp area. These two yellow bars. You have direct access to the parking lot in which we just came from. You would not need to go to the front of the store to do what he did. If he were walking from where the truck was and the car was dropped off, if he were walking from that point to here early in the morning, basically at nighttime like this, easy peasy. Maybe 5 minutes, you're there, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to where he was standing. Actually, no. I'm going to go back over to where Naomi would normally park her car. How do I know where she normally parks her car? Well, the people who always come out and get the shopping carts, they work the same shift every day, and they get to know the people's cars back here. This is the spot where, right here, is where the shuttle bus would stop and drop people off or pick people up. About where these two cars are. It kind of stops right there. I'll try and get video of that in the morning. I believe it shows up at 5:25. This is my vehicle. I parked it there tonight when I got here. As you can see, these are all these spots here are for pickup. It's denoted by the yellow, the orange signs here. I just happened to park 2 spots away from where Naomi normally parks her car. She normally parks right here. The people who pick up the carts that are usually in these bins here are guys. And I spoke with a couple of them, and they used to make fun of the car because it's a Mercury Sable. That Mercury Sable, they got to know because it's always in the same spot, always here. Every time they came out to pick these carts up in these bins, they would make fun of the car because it's had, faded out paint, really old styling. They made fun of it because it was a Mercury Sable, They're a piece of craps. They're cheap cars. Great car for a first-time driver in the United States, if you ask me. Anyway, she didn't park here that night or that morning. She instead parked over here for some reason, where this car is. That's what I'm being told by the people who are pulling the carts in and out of here. They got to see some of the footage, the security footage, before it was cropped, and this is where the car was. Kind of interesting. Now, if you look back, zoom in a little bit, right next to this cart bin is where she normally parks. And look further back, that's where that gentleman was standing. Line of sight. Why did she decide to park here, though? Why did she decide to park her car here? He would have seen her right where the skip loader is. Doesn't make much sense to me. The parking lot would have been pretty much empty like it is now. He would have seen her. He would have seen the car. Something doesn't make sense. Something's strange. Or he got here before she showed up. And that's what we're seeing. I mean, I don't know what the time was when he was doing his walk down to that bush over there. If we knew that, it would be interesting to find out if he was here before her or not. Okay? So that's kind of the situation. That's where she was parked, where this blue car is. I know this because the people who pull the carts in and out told me this, okay? They saw this security footage before it was cropped. She normally parks her vehicle here in this spot. This could be the oil from her car. I don't know. Line of sight. If she did park here, he walked to the right spot to see her car. Okay? Is it easy to see in these cars? Not so much. There's my vehicle right there, the BMW X5. I call it the Eminence front X5, EF X5. It's hard to see in it. The further away you get from these vehicles, the harder it is to see if there's anyone in it. Now let's go back to start this over again where he stopped and turned around. And that's where this camera was picking up all that footage. Okay, he came right to this spot. Eerie, man, I'm telling you, this is eerie feeling right now. He had a direct line of sight to where she normally would park her car. Would he have been able to see if she was in it? No. I say no. He might have been able to deduce that the shuttle's not here yet. That must be her. Would he have been able to see her in the second parking spot? Yes. Because that right there in dead center is the second parking spot. That dark car in the center. Right there is her normal parking spot. He would have been able to see. Why did he pull his chest out? Probably because he goes, oh, wait a minute. He was probably trying to get a better view. He's stretching his neck to see further out to where the second spot was. That's why he pushed his chest out, I think. Speculation. Again, there's the security camera. And this is where we saw him walking down from, doing his waltz. Right to the spot. This is where he was standing. But why, I ask, why was he coming from this direction? I think he was dropped off here. I think there's other people at play. Someone must have dropped him off here. Right at the front of the store where you can't be seen. Again, there's no cameras here. There's one at the very top. Kind of make it out there at the top there. There's two of them actually, isn't there? There's one pointing towards the entrance, the one closest to us, and another one pointing out towards the parking lot itself. So basically, where that vehicle's leaving right now, that U-Haul, that truck, they would have been able to get that. It's pointing right at that truck right now, that security camera. But nothing is pointed at where this pole is or down to here. There's no cameras covering this area. Someone could have been dropped off here. So any car could have pulled up and dropped them off here. The next camera we have to us is up here in this light pole. I'll go under that in a second, but there's the second camera up there. I'm guessing he was dropped off here and he started his walk. He was probably looking, again, this is where we start seeing him, where the skip loader is. He was probably looking in this direction. So why was he dilly-dallying here? Let's walk like he did. He's scanning. He's like, but isn't she supposed to be here? Didn't he do this? He just kind of walked in circles. You know, he was just kind of walking in circles here. You know, what's going on? Where is she? Right? If he were walking from where the truck was, he would have taken that first entrance back there that I showed. He would have walked back through there and up this direction. However, there's a lot of cameras back there, so he might have decided not to do that if he scoped this place out. He would have kept on walking, and he would have came in, if you ask me, right where this wall ends. I'll show you where the wall is here in a second. You see that car headlight right there? That's pretty much the end of the wall. He could have cut across right where that car is turning, okay? Let me take you over there. And that's the street again, where that car just turned. That's the street that goes down to, in the opposite direction, down to the paint store. I call it a store. I think it's a plant. Not hard to hike a half mile on a sidewalk. I'm used to hiking through rough terrain. This is a piece of cake. Now, again, no cameras looking at me right now. None. Zero. He would have came up this sidewalk, either this side or across the street. Oh, there's no sidewalk over there. It's just grass. He could have come down here, cut right across here, and went to his waiting spot, which is right over there. He did not do that. For some reason, he was in front of the store. And the only reason why I can figure that, you see where this Walmart sign is? That's the entrance to the parking lot for cars. I'm just giving you some things to think about. Like, it's bothering me that he was in front of the store. It bothers me for some reason. I can't tell you why, it just does. It doesn't make sense. Unless he came in from a different direction. I'll have to circle the parking lot a couple times to figure out why he decided to go here. And if he was here, why didn't he see the car parked right there? And there's a direct line of sight from the car, which is under a light, okay? You can clearly see this is a blue car. And that's where he started his walk, where that skip loader is, right here. What? That camera has footage of what happened here.